The year is 1930. The place is America. The setting, the Great Depression. And the story is one of the most notorious crime sagas of all time. He was wanted for robbery, kidnapping, and murder. She was wanted for his crimes, and for being his accomplice. Bonnie and Clyde, two names that became synonymous with audacious crime and undying love. They robbed banks, gas stations, grocery stores, jewelry shops, even a prison. They killed policemen, and they killed each other's enemies. But how did their story end? Valiantly, perhaps, or tragically? Well, both, actually. It depends on who's telling the tale. Let's start at the beginning. He was born in 1909 to poor sharecroppers in Louisiana. By age 14, he was already a wanted man, suspected of killing his stepfather. Then he met her, a small-town girl with a big city dream. They fell in love, eloped, and soon were living the life of small-town Bonnie and Clyde. That is, until Clyde got into some, shall we say, sticky situations. So they decided to leave. They left West Virginia and headed to Chicago, where Bonnie got a job as a waitress and Clyde, well, Clyde did what he could. Soon they were on the road again, this time with 2 kids in tow, heading to Texas. They stole cars, robbed gas stations, and lived on the run. And then it happened. Bonnie and Clyde became Bonnie and Clyde, the most wanted criminals in America. They pulled off daring robberies, leaving behind calling cards signed with a lipstick kiss and a single red hair. The press went wild. People were both fascinated and terrified by the murderous couple. There were movies made about them, songs recorded, comic books published. In short, they became celebrities. But the good times didn't last. On May 23, 1934, after a failed robbery in Louisiana, Bonnie and Clyde were ambushed by a group of lawmen. The couple was trapped in a stolen car with 2 flat tires. Both were wounded. Bonnie was shot in the arm, Clyde in the chest. As the sun set, the lawmen closed in. Some say Clyde used his gun, shot it on himself, or the cop take him prisoner. Others say he didn't. All agree Bonnie was shot and killed by the police. One version has it that she was unarmed. Another, she was holding a gun when she was killed. Either way, they died as they had lived together. Their bodies were buried separately in different parts of Texas. Their legend didn't stay buried for long. After a brief stay in prison for bank robbery, one of the cops involved in the shootout wrote a story about it for Reader's Digest. It was titled The Death of Bonnie and Clyde. And what was that? The true story of Bonnie and Clyde was lost forever, replaced by a legendary tale of Depression-era crime. Today, the story continues to capture the public imagination. Bonnie and Clyde, the lovers, the outlaws, the original Bonnie and Clyde. For more historical tales, including more from the Great Depression, check out the series in the description below.